I'm sorry. I know it's late.
Early.
How you guys doing? Let's do this.
Hey, Dillon.
Go ahead. Let's do
Thank you. Just talk about the resiliency of this team coming back from everything that went down tonight.
A crazy game, first off. But also, I wouldn't want it any other way. The goal was always, just finding a way to win. I stated that multiple times. And I'm glad we found a way to win. That's the name of the game. I know we were down 21-0, I think 24-7 at one point. Made a rough throw in the red zone. Took it to the crib, and then I think we were in 12 personnel and threw a pick to the left. And just learning experiences, but for the most part, like I said, if we find a way to win, that's all that matters. So,
Dillon, what can you say about Isaiah Bowser and the performance he put on tonight?
Stud. That dude can run downhill. He's not your typical big back either. He can move. So great game from him. I mean, he's a stud. I got nothing else. He's a real deal. So
Did it take you a while to get into the flow of the offense and get comfortable, get your momentum?
I think early out, just obviously with the delay, and then just feeling the game again. That's something that was new for a lot of us, just because it's a new group, right? It's a new coaching staff, it's new us, but it was our first game. We knew there's gonna be some adversity, but how we handled it was the main thing, right? 21-0. We'll look back, but how do we come back, right? How do we respond? That's the biggest thing, and I'm proud of our guys. You know what I mean? O-line, we struggled in the beginning, and that was partially my fault, with protections, but we figured it out, we talked it through, got it right, and then likewise with the run game, started getting that going, and then making plays. That's what it does. You got to make big plays in big time moments to find ways to win. So.
Dillon, obviously not the greatest start, but you guys had some momentum going at the end of the first half, especially with that last score to make it 24-14. What were you feeling like, and what was halftime like?
Halftime, Coach Gus told us we're going to win this game. We believed it, and that's the biggest thing, believing, and going out there and taking it one play at a time, one drive at a time, and then, like I said, one score at a time. Once we do that, everything else will take care of itself. So.
I know you went back out there, but you got hit pretty hard there at the end. How are you feeling? And
man, I'm good. That's something in Hawaii. Them boys hit, so something I'm used to. Right, I dipped my shoulder, 2-point, had to go get it, didn't get it, but I'm gonna lay my body out on the line to go get that 2-point, because my O-line does it every single play for me. So if it's 1 2-point play, I'm gonna go and try and get it.
You mentioned Gus's message to you guys at halftime, but what was it like to play for this new coaching staff tonight?
One, I think belief, and two, just camaraderie, together as a team. It was our first game with a lot of new guys, a lot of, new faces, right? But at the same time, it's just believing in each other, and the biggest thing is handling adversity. And how we handle it is something, I'm really proud of, just of our team. But we got to build on this, we got to learn from it. I got a lot of things I got to learn from, right? But for the most part, you go in, you watch it, and you get better, so.
Dillon, how were you able to put some of those early mistakes behind you and get refocused to help lead the comeback?
My dad always told me to go be a gunslinger, and what that means is whatever happened in the last drive, who cares, whether it's a touchdown, a pick, whatever it is, go keep slinging it. That's my job is to go and, put these guys in a good position to go make plays, and they made plays. But at the same time, I made some mistakes that I got to learn from, right? And I think the two biggest things is in the red zone, got to capitalize and finish, and it turned into points. And then, my pick to the left, right, that ended up turning into points. So, for me, that's a learning process, something I got to get better at, and then, get back to the drawing board and get better. So.
How did it feel to connect with Titus on his first touchdown?
We had that connection. That's something we've always had and never left. I love that kid to death. He's my little bro, but also, someone I really care about. And I knew, I trusted him. I knew in big time moments he goes out and plays, and that's just something, he's always done, whether it's a freshman in high school, against us, or a freshman in college, right? And, Amari, ended up, subbing out, but Titus came right in and made plays. So it means a lot, just seeing that. But I know he's a fighter. I know he's a grinder, so I'm excited for him.
Dylan, what exactly happened on that first pick? Did the ball slip out of your hands? Because we were like, where was he throwing that ball?
Exactly. I was trying to get it over the top, right? Ended up slipping, but that's the name of the game. I ain't got no excuses. I threw a pick six, right? But it's learning from it, right? And getting better and accepting that I'm wrong. So
when you guys got down 21-zip, as the guy who's running the ship and running the show and being the leader, what is the process of kind of gripping the game and kind of getting it back under the control? Like, what are you saying in those huddles?
I think, one, you got to realize, you're down 21-0, and you got to go make plays. But at the same time, don't make it more than it is. Go and take it each, play at a time, each drive at a time. And, I remember after throwing that pick, towards the end of the game, they ended up going up. I remember Coach Gus pulled me in the huddle and said, we're going to go win this thing. We're going to go score right here and go win this thing. And then, that just gave me confidence, and it circled around. It trickles down from, up top. But just that belief, that camaraderie is something that we built for, this whole time from spring to summer. It's been really shown. So.
You had so many delays throughout the night, the rain delay, and then you had the touchdown to make it 24-14 going into half. What was it you said in halftime to keep that momentum going into the third quarter?
You just got to believe. We luckily, ended up getting the ball at half. Afterwards, deferring in the first half. And scoring, before was really important. But just having that belief, like I said, in each other, and Coach Malzahn, and just taking it. So.
Dylan, I know you have some extended family here, including your parents and your grandparents, and they're here for another week. What does it mean to you to share this with them and have them here for this time?
Man, that's my everything, like, that's my family. That's my family. I love them to death. It means the most to me. They spend their hard-earned money to come out here, and it's not cheap. But, I'm going to go home to a full house, something I love. I'll be sleeping with my little bro, because we got to, make room. But, shoot, that's something I love and forever will. So, they're my heart and soul, and I love them to death. So.
Dylan, speaking more about what it means to have a guy like Isaiah Bowser in this offense, because he's that bigger back you really haven't had in the last couple of years.
Yeah, two different offenses, right? Two different schemes, but at the same time, just keeping it on a, Isaiah note, he was a stud. I knew he was going to be a stud, but, it's just that first game, seeing it, believing it. But I don't know what he ran for. What did he run for? 33 carries. And he stayed in. That's a grinder. That's a running back. That's someone, you don't really see, running back staying in except, the top one. So all credit to that guy. He's killing it. So.
That's right. Feeling good? Thanks, everybody.
I'm feeling good. Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. Thanks.